guys, my name's Selena. Welcome welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on one of my favorite K-dramas of all time. Like, I love this drama. It was a little bit long though, but it was well worth watching. Like, I freaking love it. The drama is called Five Enough, and I'm going to be explaining the characters, giving you the synopsis, and then afterwards I'll give you my thoughts and the reasons why I think you should watch it. Okay, so the show's description on Wikipedia is Lee Sung-tae is a widower who has raised 2 children with the help of his overbearing in-laws, while An Mi-jung was betrayed by her husband 3 years ago. And as she cannot tell her 3 children and her grandmother, who depends solely on her, she pretends he is working overseas. One day they meet and fall in love with each other, but their relationship is not well received. So that's the synopsis on Wikipedia. But to me, the show, in my opinion, a summary of the show would be, it's basically a family drama that shows you the triumphs and trials of 5 different couples and what they go through and their family lives. The show is 54 episodes. I've said that. I think I said 50, but it's like 54 episodes. And the reason why I think it's so long is because they don't just focus on our main characters, which is An Mi-jung and Lee Sung-tae. They also focus on like their families, his family, his parents, his sister, and his brother, and then they focus on Mi-jung's friggin' stupid ass ex-husband. Yeah, so the first couple I'm gonna be talking about is my favorite couple, An Mi-jung and Lee Sung-tae. Like, oh, they were so freaking cute. Like, he's very old and mature, but it made you fall in love with him. Like, his character was so well written, so well rounded, except for like a couple of scenes where I wanted to punch him in the face because he was like trying to figure out his feelings, so he was acting like an asshole to An Mi-jung, but like he made up for it. He made up for that shit. So, like I said in the synopsis, An Mi-jung is a single mother and she has 3 kids. She ended up divorcing her husband because he cheated on her and left her to be with her best friend. Yeah, piece of shit. So when they had gotten the divorce, her husband had given up full custody of the children. Her kids were young, so she had 3 kids. And while the show is going on, one of them is 11, and that's the boy. His name's Woo-Yeon. And then she has a 9-year-old daughter named Woo-ri. And then she has the youngest daughter, who I think is like 6 or 5, one of those ages, and her name's Woo-ji. So Mi-jung lives, after divorcing her husband, Mi-jung stays at the house and she lives there. So she lives in a 3-bedroom house, and it's 5 people. So it's her, the 3 kids, and then her grandmother. And then because her children were so young when they got the divorce, she decided not to tell them that her husband and her had gotten a divorce. Instead, she tells them that he had moved to America for business, and this causes problems because her husband ain't shit. But problems arise because this nigga and his fucking family, his new family, because he ends up marrying the bitch he cheated on her with, they move into the same fucking neighborhood that her and her children are living at, and they start a business there. So around this time that they move there, An Mi-jung gets a new job at a new office, and there she meets Sung-tae, who is her team leader. Sung-tae is a single father, and he has 2 children he has Lee Soo, who is 11, and then Lee Bin, who is 9. He is widowed, and he lives with his in-laws and with his 2 children. So Sung-tae, after his wife died, he decided to be dedicated to his wife's family because they had lost a daughter. So he goes and he moves in with them, and they end up relying heavily on him because their daughter, she used to be the one they relied a lot on. So when Mi-young finds out that her husband had moved into her neighborhood, she goes to confront them and tell them to get their ass and move the fuck out her hood. Actually, what had happened was An Mi-jung's grandmother finds out that Inchal and his wife moved into their neighborhood, and so she goes to their store to confront them, and so An Mi-jung follows after her grandmother and ends up bumping into Sang-tae, and that's how he got involved into family issues. That jumpstarts him always being by her side whenever she's going through troubles, and he ends up being a very big support for her, and that's how they end up falling in love with each other, and that's how the show starts, and we see the struggles that they go through. Firstly, we had to deal with Sang-tae not really being ready to jump into a relationship. Like, he didn't think he was mentally ready because his wife didn't die that long. Maybe it was like 4 or 5 years, something like that. And so he was still so used to only caring about his children and his in-laws, so he never thought he would ever fall in love again. So when he started having feelings for Mi-jung, he was very confused and conflicted, so that brought like a big stumping ground to their relationship, because he started acting like an asshole for no fucking reason. I wanted to punch him. But yeah, so he ends up finally accepting his feelings and confessing to her, and it was so freaking cute. Like, there's a couple of scenes that I love so much from the drama. I think I'm gonna
미쳤어 미쳤어 난 정말 화가 나 죽겠어 내 남잔 날 여자로 안 보는 걸 마그날 땐 어떡하면 내가 좋겠니 질투라도 나게 해볼까 속상해 어떡해 말도 안돼 Don't stop blah 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 이 상태 잘났어
귀엽게. 먼저 식당에 가 있어. 운전 조심하고. 아, 제대로 말을 못했었는데요. 우리 사깁니다. 안 됩니까?
오 마이 갓!
나도 내가 좀 미친 것 같아.
미친 게 자랑이세요?
자랑은 아니고요.
Hey lovely boy, here's my love song.
Like, An Mi-jung is adorable. The second block that they faced was when they finally decided to be together. His in-laws found out. Like, they were one of the first people to find out, and the mother-in-law, she freaked the fuck out because the way he was so kind to this family. Like, he did everything for them. Like, if they needed advice, he would give them advice, because like they're kind of ignorant, because like they went from loan sharks to being extremely wealthy. And so when they found out he was dating, that broke the mother-in-law's heart. Like, she did not know what to do with herself, so she ended up like trying to stop their relationship. But then she ends up being okay with it. But also, when they got married, they ended up buying the apartment building they lived in, and they moved downstairs. Oh my god, they're so clingy, but I don't blame them. Like, he set himself up for that. Like, third block was, before they could get married, was Sang-tae's parents. Like, his mother was like, you're gonna marry a woman with 3 children? Are you fucking dumb? That means you have 5 children gonna be living in one house. Are you dumb? No. His parents wanted him to get remarried because his wife was dead, and they thought like their son was like wasting away, and they didn't like the fact that he was living with his in-laws and they barely got to see the children, because the in-laws are extremely selfish, and they would always talk down to the family because they helped the family to get a restaurant. Like, they like loaned them money to get that restaurant, so they always talk down to them because they have money, and the family's like more, they're like middle-ish class. They're not poor, but they're like middle class. The mom, it took a while to convince her. Like, I guess it's another like Korean type of like cultural type of thing. The mother finally allows them to get married, and she ends up like loving An Mi-jung. Like, and then the fourth stumbling block that they had to their love was when they finally got married, and they had to blend their family, and their children were not. Like, at first they did not want to blend. Like this, like An Mi-jung's son was gonna run away from home and live with his dad, and that's how he found out that his dad was married to the mom's best friend. And like the younger kids, they do find out that the dad is divorced, but they never find out that he's remarried. God, when he found this out and he had to keep it a secret from the kids, and then like it affected him mentally and he started peeing on his bed, I was like, oh my god, this baby. Oh, that boy can act. Like, I hope they got awards for this show because it was so fucking good. And then the other kids, Sang-tae's kids, they're spoiled as shit. So when they lived with their grandparents, they each had their own room. But when they moved in together as a family, they had to share rooms, and they did not like that. And on top of that, the grandparents were spoiling the children with private lessons. And then An Mi-jung's children, they didn't get private lessons or whatever, so they had to increase their budget. And they just had to work all that out, trying to become a blended family. So at the end, it works out great. The whole time, I just rooted for An Mi-jung's happiness, and I'm so happy she finally got it with Sang-tae. They were such a cute couple. Oh, love them. So the second couple is Lee Yeon-tae and Sang-min. I did not like this couple. I found the girl so fucking boring. She was pissing me off. How Yeon-tae and Sang-min ended up. So Yeon-tae is this really shy girl. She is Sang-tae's younger sister, so she's like the baby of the family. And she had just graduated from teaching college, and she is now a teacher, which is really good for her. But like, it's kind of weird. At the school they go to, An Mi-jung's kids and Sang-tae's kids go to that same school, and they're each in each other's classroom. So the two boys are in each other's classrooms, and the two girls are in Yeon-tae's classroom. So Yeon-tae, how we get introduced to her is, so she's the younger sister, so she's very shy and docile and very like... Anyway, so she has a crush on this guy named Taemin, and they've been friends for a very long time. Like, they've been friends forever. So she decides she wants to confess her feelings to him. But before she can, he ends up falling in love with her, with the sister-in-law named Jin Joo. Then the night that Jin Joo, Yeon-tae and Taemin go to the club, Taemin kind of leaves her to go dance with Jin Joo, and the club is not really Yeon-tae's like scene. So she ends up stumbling off drunk and shit and gets into a car that was parked there, and she thinks it's a taxi, but really it's Sang-min's car. Sang-min is a professional golfer, and he's famous, but like nobody knows him. Like, there was the only people I seen who were like big fans of him were the in-laws of Sang-tae. So yeah, so he's very full of himself, and he's very extravagant or whatever, and he's very like animated. So I guess that's why they put him and Yeon-tae together, because they're polar opposites. And so when she leaves Sang-min's car, she ends up taking his phone, and that starts off them communicating a lot because he wants his phone back, and then they end up dating. But before they could date, Yeon-tae was very like, I don't know what her problem is, like whatever. She was very annoying. I don't want to talk about this couple no more. I did not like it. But they were like, if you've seen the comments about the show, Yeon-tae and Sang-min were like the most popular couple. Like, everybody would talk about them, and there was like bare memes of them, and there's bare like videos of the two of them. I did not find them cute. Like, to be honest, the second time I watched the show, I skipped all their freaking things, because Yeon-tae, like, I don't like that bitch. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Sang-min is a model for Sang-tae's company. So An Mi-jung knows him, and she thinks he ain't shit. And then, because he's such an asshole, but then when he finds out that Yeon-tae is related to them, he gets so nice all of a sudden. And yeah, at the end of the show, the two of them get married. They didn't really have that much blocking them from their relationship, other than the fact that Sang-min is Taemin's brother, and when Yeon-tae finds this out, she kind of wants to back out of the relationship, but she ends up coming back anyways. So yeah. So, oh yeah, the other thing is Taemin did like Yeon-tae at some point, but because she's so meek and shy and weird and retarded, she ends up like pushing him away from her. Our third couple. This couple, at first, I don't like Taemin. So Taemin is literally the guy version of Yante, but he's a little bit, just a tiny bit more outgoing than Yante is. So he ends up falling in love with Jin Joo, and so Yante is also a teacher, and yeah, that's all I can say about him. I didn't really pay attention to his character. And then Jin Joo, she's a spoiled bratty princess that her parents basically gave her everything she wanted. She is Sang-tae's dead wife's sister. That sounds so bad, oh my god. So yeah, for her, she grew up basically being given everything she wanted. So she didn't really have that much motivation for going to school. So she ends up failing a lot. So finally, her parents cut her off, so she decides to start working and earning her own money. And so she grows like that. So she ends up going, she notices that she really likes nails and nail art. So she ends up going to nail art school. And Taemin pays that for her because her parents had cut her off and they don't take her seriously. So she wanted to prove herself to her parents and she wanted to prove herself to herself, and so she decided to go to school for something that she actually liked to do, which was nail art. And so when Taemin's mother finds out about Taemin giving Jin Joo money to go to school, and also like Jin Joo's job is going to be a nail technician, she did not like that shit. So she was trying to break Jin Joo and Taemin up. So she had bought purses and shit for Jin Joo, but Jin Joo's not no weak bitch. Like, I actually loved her character when she, like, you know, developed in the later episodes. Like, she actually became pretty likable. Like, she grew. Unlike freaking Yante, who stayed the same from point A to point B. Nothing about her ever changes. She just... So, Taemin's mom, the thing about Taemin's mom is, like, she's not like one of those like K-drama moms who's like tells you straight up they don't like that bitch, break up with that bitch, I don't want to see you with that bitch. Nah, she pretended to Taemin that, oh my god, yeah, I like Jin Joo, whatever, but really she doesn't fuck with her. Like, behind Taemin's back, she was like throwing away presents that Jin Joo would give her. She was telling Jin Joo to break the fuck up with her son. Oh my gosh, she's like, she is a typical K-drama parent, but she's sneakier than the others. The others are very honest and upfront, and they put all their shit right there, while she's like sneaky and she does it behind the door. So yeah, because of their parents protesting so much about their marriage, about them and their relationship, they end up not getting married, but it is presumed that they could possibly get married. But like, the parents were kind of iffy about it, because if Taemin and Jin Joo got married, it's kind of awkward because Jin Joo and Yante's relationship, since they're sister-in-laws, but like the sister is dead, but it's like, if the sister didn't die, wouldn't they still be sister-in-laws? So is that legal? Does that sound normal, to marry two brothers to marry sister-in-laws? Like, that's so weird. That's like two brothers marrying two sisters. Ew. That sounds so disgusting to me. For me, that's why I didn't really like these two storylines, because I found that family dynamic very like weird. Like, I don't like it when family lines cross. Like, if you are gonna be raised as brothers in the drama, like, I'm talking about in dramas, I don't even think that shit happens in real life, because that's fucking disgusting. But like, if you are raised as brother and sister in the drama, don't come up when you're older talking about, oh yeah, like, we're in love, so we're gonna get married. Like, ew, disgusting. Blood is not the only thing that makes you family. Nasty asses. Anyways, I think that's one of the reasons why I stopped watching that stupid ass drama Hwarang, because I did not like the story. First of all, both male leads, I did not like them whatsoever. I don't care if V was in it. V from BTS. I don't care if he was in it. Like, that story, no. Like, ew. The fourth couple, other than the next couple that I'm gonna talk about, nobody really fucked with this couple, because it's Hotei and Sooyoung. This couple was very boring. So people were not invested in this couple as they were in the other couples, because the couple is not very attractive, and their characters, like, the girl, I actually liked the girl. I thought she was very sweet. But it's the guy I don't like. He ain't shit. So Hotei is he's a movie director. He had won some awards, but he had ended up falling off, and he was trying to come back up by filming more like private shows. I don't know what type of shows, like movies or whatever. So he did not want to do change his movie style, and that was what was keeping him blocked. That was his big block in Seoul. He ends up going broke as shit and ends up moving back into the family house. But the parents were so disappointed in him because he snuck into the house and ended up living in their shed. So they made him stay in the fucking shed. It's so sad. And like, he ain't shit. Like, he would steal money from freaking Yeontae, the younger sister. Like, he was so irritating. And then Soo-Hyang, her backstory is kind of sad. Like, she used to be this rich girl and she was a ballerina, and she ended up falling in love with Hotei, but her parents told her they couldn't be together because she was going to be getting married. They wanted her to go into this arranged marriage to this rich guy. So she had told Hotei, and it's like, I don't want to get married to this guy, so let's run away together. And he's like, no. So he sends her home and he ends up going to the military. But the rich guy ended up being a scam, and her family goes broke, and her parents end up dying, and her brother is like on the run or some shit. I don't know what the fuck her brother is doing. Like, he's on the run. And so she ends up working in Hotei's family's restaurant, which is Sangtae's family's restaurant. Yeah. And so while there, she would always talk to the parents about this movie director and how he's so famous and rich and how she loves him or whatever. And the parents are like, well, honey, you know, these people in the movie industry, they ain't shit. And some of them, they could have been rich then, but they could be broke now. Little did they know they were talking about their son. Well, it was mostly the mom talking shit. And she's just like, no, I believe in him. And then so they end up reconnecting at a wedding. And when they reconnect, she lies to him that she's married or whatever. And he ends up finding out that she had gone broke. And so they reconnect and start dating again. And he ends up knocking her the fuck up. So while she's pregnant, she ends up telling his mom, and his mom's like, you go to the family house and you tell them you're pregnant and tell them to take responsibility. And then the mom almost has a heart attack when the girl shows up at her door. It's so crazy. The mom's such a snake. Oh my god. So when Soo-Hyang ends up at the house, the mom was so rude to her. I felt so bad for the poor girl. Like, she's just like, you've ruined my son's life. Because the mom had this image for her son to marry like a famous like foreign actress instead of this, I don't know, the girl who busts down their tables at their freaking restaurant. Like, she didn't imagine this. But Hotei ends up getting his shit together and deciding to move forward with the genres that he does, and ends up doing a drama, which makes him bare money. And so I'm happy for him because he has a kid now, and now the kid's gonna get shmoney and is not gonna be living in no shack with his dad because he ain't shit, okay? So yeah, the next couple, the most hated couple, the most disgusting couple, the most despicable couple I've ever seen in my life, the couple that I don't understand why they were giving us stories about this couple as if they were trying to make us feel bad for them. Like, I don't feel bad for them. Everything that happened to you, that happens to you, you fucking deserve it. I don't care. I don't care. What the hell? So the fourth couple is, the fourth and final couple is Inchal and his Inchil. Is it Inchil or Inchal? Oh yeah, this busted ass nigga's name is Inchal. So Inchal and Soo-Hyang, this dusty ass busted ass couple. So Inchal is Mi-jung's busted ass dirty ass husband, and Soo-Hyang is Mi-jung's nasty ass snake ass friend. So they ended up having an affair because Soo-Hyang had asked Mi-jung for help getting employment. So Mi-jung recommended her to her husband's company. But I watch so many Nigerian movies, it's like, I would never. They have taught me to never, ever, ever bring friends into your business, especially when it has to do with your husband, because they're going to take your man. Anyways, so yeah, so she ends up talking to her stupid ass husband Inchal about it. So Soo-Hyang and Inchal start working together and end up having an affair. And when Mi-jung finds out, she goes batshit crazy. They end up having a divorce, but she goes to work office and airs out all their dirty laundry, as she should, because that's fucking disgusting. I don't understand why you people are dating at fucking work. Why would you date at I don't get that. I would never date somebody who worked in the same like company as me, because if you guys break up, that shit is there forever and you're gonna see that person every day. No thank you. No thank you. And on top of that, you're married. You see your life. Anyways, so he ain't shit. For real, I hate the two of them so much. So the two of them, like, literally, they can't even take care of themselves. They are depending on Soo-Young's mother, so they work for her. And Soo-Young's mother is the one that's paying in child support because she works under him. So the child support gets cut from his paycheck when she pays him. That's some fucking bullshit. The fact that your wife's mother is taking care of your responsibility, which is child support, I don't understand why Mi-jung did not take that ass to court, because I would have. So yeah, so they depend on Soo-Young's mother, and Soo-Young's mother decided to open up a bakery, and the bakery got opened up in the neighborhood where Mi-jung and her children are living, and they will go to the same supermarket as Mi-jung and her children. Are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb? And then they were trying to make them feel like victims of social injustice and the social, like, shit that people who are adulterers go through. Like, no, you want me to feel bad for you? No, the fuck I don't. You broke up your beautiful ass family. You left your kids for this bitch, and you want me to feel bad for you about the struggle you're going through? Are you dumb? These kids are growing up and they're not seeing their dad. Barely. They think their dad is a... Oh my god. Do you want to give them heart attacks? What if the kids fucking saw you? Holy shit. Like, there were bare times where the kids almost caught them. Seriously. Yeah, so when Mi-jung found out that they had moved into her neighborhood, she had gone to confront them, and what had happened was, because of that confrontation, the mother decided, oh, you know what? Because you came to my store and disrupted my business, I am not going to pay you your child support. And she told the daughter not to tell the son. Can you believe that? Are you dumb? So when Mi-jung found this out, you know what she did? She decided to take their car until she got the deposit of the child support. So the mom decides to call the police on her. Oh my god. I can't believe this. I can't believe she done that. Like, why? Why is she like this? She's just... I understand the mom, though, because she wants to protect her daughter, but your daughter ain't shit. They're the type of parents that they know their children don't do good things, but they still want to be there like, oh, they're my children. Like, no! Cut that bitch off! Why are you protecting her? She does not deserve to be protected. Everything she goes through, let her deal with it. She chose this life. And on top of that, the mother had fucking cancer. Are you kidding me? Oh, anyways, so they decide to call the police. So while An Mi-jung was driving that car, she ended up getting into a car accident, and she went to the prison. She ended up going to the police. Like, she ended up going to jail. And when busted ass In Chul found out that she was in jail because her mother-in-law had called the police to get the car back, you know what he decided to do? He's like, I'm not gonna let you out of jail unless you sign these papers and let me get back my rights to the children. Are you fucking dumb? Yo, when as I was saying, when Sang-tae had come back to Mi-jung with In Chul's conditions to release her from the prison, and she started crying about how their divorce went and how he gave up the rights to their children so he could be with this woman, I felt that deep in my soul. I started crying with her. I'm like, yo, he ain't shit. Like, he really ain't shit. But she ends up giving him the right to the kids because, like, she's a sweet person. And then she had Sang-tae. Yeah, she had Sang-tae in her ear, and he's like, he's more he was more the like neutral party of this. So she had ended up agreeing to sign the papers because she needed to go home. Like, the lady was in jail for like 2 days. Like, when he really ain't shit. You know, she's the sole caretaker of your 3 children, and you let her stay in prison because you're a selfish ass motherfucker. But oh, I hate him. Oh my god. Then, so she's like, okay, fine, I'll give you the rights to see the children. So they decide to set up times for him to start seeing the kids. And so after a while, the children do end up finding out that the parents are divorced. And they didn't take it as bad as the boy did when he first found out. Like, oh my god, I was crying for him. The little girl, she barely knows him because he left her when she was like a baby. Like 2 years old, I think. Around when she was 2 or 3. And then, like, the girl, Woon-Yeon, again, she was kind of young. It was only the boy that was, like, extremely close to him. It's like he fucked that up. So now the children are starting to bond with him or whatever. And stupid ass Soo-Hyang, is that her name? Yeah, stupid ass Soo-Hyang is it Soo-Hyang or Soo-Hyang? I think it's Soo-Hyang. So stupid ass Soo-Hyang sees that he loves to be with his kids. So you know what she decides? She's like, I want a baby as well. So she starts doing all these like medical procedures to try and get pregnant, but every time she's not getting pregnant. So she decides to talk to him, and he's like, oh, I don't really want kids or whatever. So she decides, okay, she's gonna go to An Mi-jung and ask her to beg her ex-husband to give her babies. Are you fucking dumb? If I was An Mi-jung and we were at that restaurant, I would have punched her in her face. She'd be like, bitch, delete my number, you dumb. Oh my god, I would have fucked her up. I'm sorry. Like, is this bitch dumb? Like, but you can tell that An Mi-jung really cared for this dumbass bitch So-Hyang. Like, they were pretty close. But like, no bitch, no. Cross me once, shame on you. I don't give second chances. Fuck that bullshit. Anyways, so yeah, so she goes to tell An Mi-jung, oh, tell your husband to let me have kids. And An Mi-jung's like, bitch, are you fucking dumb? Don't ever call me for this dumb shit, you dumbass bitch. So then afterwards she goes and she tells her grandmother, and that's when we find out that the reason why she can't have goddamn babies is because after they had the third kid, they had decided they didn't want babies, so he got a vasectomy. That's what you get, you dumbass bitch. So So-Hyang finds this out, so they decide to go to the hospital so they can try to have a baby, but the vasectomy fucked him over and he cannot get it reversed. Ha 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 ha. Yo, I was dying. But here's where I fucking hate them even more. So after she finds out she can't have kids, she starts to get so jealous. She doesn't like the fact that she sees his kids all the time. She doesn't like the fact that he loves his kids all the time, because she can't have her own kids. So she's like, I can't be in this city anymore. I can't stand seeing all these children, so I want to leave. So this fucking guy, chooses his wife over his children again. Like, he ain't shit. Oh my god. So he moves with this bitch. Are you kidding me? After you done bonded with your children, after years of not seeing them, because your stupid ass wife is crying, woe is me, after I stole somebody's husband, I can't have my own kids, I don't want to be in this city anymore, you leave. Oh my god, man ain't shit. Man ain't shit. This nigga ain't shit. If I ever saw him, like, yo, but these actors, they did so good. Like, if I actually saw Inchal in real life, I'll punch him in his face, because I was so fucking mad. I was so mad watching this. I was like, you're really gonna leave? Really? You're really gonna move? Really? Are you fucking kidding me? And that's where I had a problem with the show again, because they kept trying to put their fucking story in good light to make us feel bad for them. No, I don't fucking feel bad for this stupid ass bitch. Are you dumb? So yeah, so their struggle was showing us their adulterous, dusty ass life, and how the stigma of what they did followed them everywhere that they went. Like, they couldn't get regular jobs. That's why they depend on the mother to provide for them. I definitely recommend watching this show. I mean, look how passionate I am about talking about these characters in this show. And it's like, it really teaches you a couple of things about life. And I feel like that's good. So I will give this show a 9 out of 10. The reason why I didn't give it a full 10 is because I did not like a little bit of the story plot, which was, instead of making An Mi-jung pregnant or something, they made her have a cancer scare. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? And it was really bad because Sang-tae, his wife, had the same symptoms before she died that Mi-jung had, but both of them did not want to go to the hospital, so he basically forced her to go quick so they can check that out. And she had like a little tumor or whatever, and she got it removed, and she was on Gucci after that. But I wish they had made her pregnant instead. That was the only thing that pissed me off. I did not like that whole cancer story. Like, fuck that cancer story. Like, fuck it. I did not like that. I just wish they made her pregnant, and I would have been like, whoop, whoop. Woo. And also, it has like this song that is stuck in my head forever. Like, this soundtrack is like the best thing ever. 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4 and 5. 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4 and 5. Hey yo, hey yo. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. But like that is the best theme song ever. Every time it came out, I was like, get lit. Like, oh, I love this drama so much. I recommend everybody watch it. Straight up. Like, it's so good. It has everything you need. It has the boring ass young couples that y'all young people love. It has the mature love that I needed. Like, I did not know I like that type of like mature love, but I love it. I'm a jungle. Oh! And then it has going from the bottom to the top, going from the top to the bottom, back to the top, and like growth basically, except for the stupid ass Inchal and Soo-Hyang with their stupid ass selfish ass motherfuckers. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching this review. Oh my god, I swear so much. But comment, like, subscribe, and